Hey friends, what's up? For those of you that don't know me, my name is Crissanna. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're an oldie, welcome back. So for today's video, we're going to do a take two on the Morphe x Nikita Dragun eyeshadow palette. I feel like the first look I did just turned out like shit. I think it was pretty much just a bad makeup day for me. I don't necessarily think it was the palette. So we're going to go for another look today. I'm going to start out by priming, and I'm going to use my e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer in the shade Cream. I'm going to take my Jessup Concealer Buffer Brush. Just start buffing that all over my lid. And another thing I did notice is I do have a lot of staining on my eye from when I did the look yesterday. Like the purple stain is now like a red stain on my eye. And I'm going to take my Bare Mineral setting powder in the shade Original just to set my lids. So for those of you that don't know, this palette retails for $35 and this is what she looks like. And they do have names on every single shadow, which is another great thing because I feel like with some Morphe palettes, they don't have names and you have to read it off the little plastic thing. So I absolutely love that they have names on the shadows. So I'm first going to grab this shade called Shapeshifter. It's kind of just like a regular neutral tone shade. I'm going to take a JH32 brush. Don't mind my brushes, you guys. They are super dirty. I'm just going to start blending this all around that crease area. Just a nice transition shade. Not being too precise with this shade because we are going to probably go over top of it. Then I'm going to go in with this shade right here called Seduction. I'm going to use that same JH32 brush. With this shade, I'm going to be a little more precise and keep it more in the crease. Wow, very pigmented shade. One dip, one tap off, very pigmented. So for that Seduction shade, you guys, absolutely stunning. The pigment is absolutely beautiful. I definitely feel like with this palette, it definitely doesn't have the same consistency for the formula throughout. I feel like some of the shades are a little bit drier, a little bit patchier. So now that we have it all blended out, I'm going to take this next shade called Temptation. So it's this shade right next to the black. I'm going to take a JH33 brush. It's a nice small blending brush. Start rotating this around the outer V. And I think I definitely will go over this shade with black, so I'm not going to be too precise. Just make sure I get it all nice and packed. So I feel like with this palette, there is so many bright colors, but I feel like I attempted that twice already and I just didn't like the outcome. So I figured I would stay more with the neutral tones of this palette this time. I feel like this eye is always just my gray eye. Like, I don't know what it is, but this eye always comes out looking so much better. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys have that same problem. Not really saying it's a problem, but kind of is. So far, as right now, I'm really liking how this look is coming together. I'm definitely liking it a lot more than I did when I did the first look. So let's get a little bold and play with the black. So this one is called Tasty. So for this shade, I'm going to take a small blending brush by Morphe. I'm just going to start swirling this right along that outer V. I feel like recently when I've been doing blacks, I like to lay a color down first. That way it just doesn't look like a straight on black, completely muddy. I figured out that that's what works best for me anyways. Can't speak for everybody, but that does work for me. I feel like it makes it look a little more blended out. I'm going to go back in with that Seduction shade that we used, this third one over. I'm just going to go up around and make sure everything is nicely blended. Then I'm going to grab some more of that Temptation shade right next to the black. Same thing, just gonna go up, make sure everything is nicely blended. So now for shimmer, I think I'm gonna grab this one right here called Poppy Chulo. See how this one applies. Sorry, my phone. I'm gonna see how this one applies. If I don't like it, I'll go over it with something else. So I'm gonna take a Morphe M124 brush. It's a nice flat packer brush. Start applying Poppy Chulo on about 1/2 of my lid. This is definitely a lot darker on my lid than it is in the pan. So I might go over it with something a little bit lighter, probably the light gold in the palette. Because that is very, very dark. Holy cow. Almost looks like a black shade. Almost. Definitely digging the dark smoky look though. So with just a little bit, I am going to top it with the shade called 703. It's this nice light gold shade. Or I might actually just apply this shade in the center. Give it a little bit of depth. Oh yeah, I think I like that a little bit better. So I'm just going to go back in with those same shades, this Temptation, Seduction, pretty much these top row over here, and just make sure everything is nicely blended, nice and darkened up. First, I'm going to go back in with Seduction. I'm going to take the smaller JH33 blending brush. I'm going to go back into Temptation. It's the darker shade. Keep that a little bit closer into the crease, directly above that shimmer shade. Then I'm just going to go in with a little more of that black as well. So with the black, I'm literally just keeping that right on the outer V. I'm not bringing that up into the crease at all. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my hair hitting my mic. I don't mean to do that. My hair is just really long and it's pretty much always in the way. So then I'm just going to go back with the shade Temptation in that same JH33 brush. I'm just going to pop that right here. Just give that a nice transition. All right, guys, I'm gonna go get some liner, false lashes, all that good stuff on, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. False lashes are on, and first things first, this time around, I'm absolutely loving it 100% more than I did the first time. I don't know what I was doing wrong the first time. I think it's maybe just playing with color. It's just not my jam. This time, I'm absolutely loving it this far, you guys. So let's go ahead and do the bottom waterline now. I think I might do this one a little bit different. I'm gonna grab this green shade right here called Army. For that, I'm going to use a Morphe M410 brush. It's like a nice kind of square flat I would call it like an eyebrow brush. I'm going to get this as closest to the lash line as I can. And before I came back on the video, I did notice that there was tons and tons of fallout on my face. So when that happens and I have a full face on, I'll just take like the brush I use to set my face and I'll just kind of wipe under my eyes. Then next, I'm going to go back in with that Temptation shade, this one right here. I'm going to use a JH39 brush, like a super small blending brush. I'm just going to use that to smoke out that Army shade. So to be honest, when I first seen this palette, the shade I was most excited about was the Army shade, the green one. I don't know why, I just don't really see Army green shades very often. Like they're not true Army green. So now I'm going to grab a JH42 brush and I'm going to grab this silver shade, or no, I'm going to grab this gold shade called Escort. It's going to pop that right on my inner corner. Do just a little bit under my brow as well. I'm going to take my brown eyeliner by NYX and get my waterline. Take my Essence Lash Princess Mascara and get my lower lashes. Then for lips, I'm going to take this one by NYX. It's in the shade Pale Pink. Absolutely love this lip liner. I feel like I can wear it with any lip. It's really nice to kind of just fill out your lips because I'm not that good at lip lining yet. So I feel like with this one, I can't really make a mess. So. And then for lips, I'm going to take this one by Revlon. This is in the shade, doesn't even say, this is their Ultra HD Matte Lip Color. Okay, guys, this is a lot darker than I expected. I feel like lipsticks can be very deceiving sometimes. I really do. But I do absolutely love this lip color with this eye look. I feel like a dark lip with a dark eye looks really, really good. All right, guys, so this is the finished look. I will give you a close-up and then we'll talk more about the palette. Once again, the palette we used was the Morphe x Nikita Dragun eyeshadow palette. And I feel like this time I can say with confidence that it is worth $30. At first, you guys, when I played around with all the different colors in my first video and then I did a look before that, I really didn't enjoy it. I thought it kind of sucked. Thought it didn't blend out. Thought the colors weren't as vibrant or as pigmented as they should have been. But with trying the new set of colors, I absolutely love this look. I will go back in and play with some of the neon colors some more a different time just to give them another fair shot. But as for this look, I absolutely love it. And I hope you guys did too. And if you did, please give this video a big thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, I want to thank you all so much for supporting me through this journey. I couldn't thank you enough, and I love you guys so much. So really quickly, I am just going to roll my sleeve up and give you guys some swatches. So I'm going to swatch this Pussycat shade. It's this orange. Feels very creamy. It's kind of like a neon color. Let's go ahead and give this a swatch. Then I'm going to go ahead and swatch this red shade called Nicole. Another very buttery. This one kind of reminds me of like a pastel shade. Very, very pigmented, very, very pretty. Then I want to swatch this shade called Arzula. It's kind of like a dark blue glitter shade. Let's go ahead and give this a swatch. Another pretty shade. Sorry, you guys, my swatches look like complete shit. Let's go ahead and swatch this green at the bottom. This is called Peacock. I'm not going to swatch all of them, but I did want to swatch a few for you guys. Very pretty. Let's go ahead and swatch this white shimmer. This is called Nick. This one right here. So now in my last video, guys, I did swatch a few also. So I'm trying to swatch different ones than I did for my last one. Nice, just kind of like frosty snow shade. Then I'm going to swatch this blue called Raise Again. Let's give that a good swatch. Sorry if you guys hear my daughter in the background. She was trying to hand me a towel to wipe off these swatches. And I do know that with the purple shades, you guys, they definitely stain because they stained my eyelid and it like turned red. Let's swatch a couple more. I really love this shade Katana. It's this purple one right here. I absolutely love this shade. Let's give this a good swatch. Pretty, very light. Sorry, you guys, I'm not a professional swatcher here. I'm just trying to give you guys some swatches so you can get a look for the palette yourself. Then we got this shade called Mystique. It's this nice purple shade. Let's give that a swatch. Very, very pretty. Kind of like a deeper purple shade. All right, guys, let's swatch one more. Let's swatch the Metamorphosis and the Full Fantasy one. Because I did swatch these on my last video, but I didn't swatch them on this one. This one is the Full Fantasy. And then we'll do the Metamorphosis, which is this beautiful blue purple shade in the center. Once again, you guys, absolutely love the palette. I do think it's worth your $30. Just scratch out my other video. I don't know what I was thinking. I think it was just a really, really bad makeup day for me. And I'm sure we all have those days sometimes. But I'm going to get off here. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. And I'll see you in my next video.